everybody, Joe and I'm here with the one and only Sketch Card Hive, and we're bringing a much needed video to the community today. We're talking about Marvel cards, baby, and we're talking about how to collect them. With so much growth in the hobby in just a short period of time, there's a missing link that these new collectors need, and that's focus. Where do you begin? Where do you start? How do you jump into this hobby? Not just feet jump in. I'm talking about all the way over your head jump in so that you can focus your collection. And that's what we're going to do today. Me and Sketch Card are going to bring you the how to collect Marvel cards.
Now, generally, there are two types of collectors out there.
Set collectors
and character collectors.
And this video is going to help you how to determine which one you are. Are you a character collector or set collector? We're going to help you bring that into focus. All right, what does set collecting mean for you? Well, what we're talking about is when you're focusing on some big part of Marvel cards. Maybe that's a master set of one individual set of cards. Maybe that's set collecting a type of insert for cards. Maybe it's just collecting the base set of the cards and leaving out the inserts and some of the more rare cards. Knowing which type of set collector you are will help you focus your collection early and not have you wasting time chasing other cards that won't fit inside your master set, your base set, your insert set, or maybe your artist set. So now that you have an idea of what a set collector is, Norm, why don't you tell us about character collecting, Mr. Silver Surfer you?
I love it. Got to represent. So character collectors are the people you avoid in the alleyway.
You understand me? Stay away from Joe. You understand? Just keep on walking. You're in the wrong place, buddy.
When was the last time you were in Queens? I asked you a question, man.
We are fanatics about our characters, and there are three types. There's many types, but the three we're going to be looking at today is the master character collector, and this kind of collector is something that I do where we go from the very first appearance of our character on card all the way to recent. Now, this could include many different things. Every year, plates, autos, pretty much a master collection is what you're looking for this character. Now, there are other types of character collectors. Sometimes character collectors don't do across all of Marvel card history, but maybe just one set. So for Fleet Ultra Spider-Man, one character comes out, that's the character I'm going to rainbow. And then you go from all the way from the base all the way down to the one of one. And the last one is a sketch card collector who only collects one type of character. In fact, when sketch cards first came out, this was a big thing for collectors. They would look at one character and get a representation of that character from every artist. It's pretty cool stuff, actually.
All right. Now that you have some idea of what type of collector you are, whether you're a set collector or a character collector, let's talk about how you assemble that focused collection. Now, beginning with set collecting, you got to get the big cards first. We're talking about the grails of that set. You really got to anchor it down so that that set doesn't move out of your hands with those big cards. We're talking about your super short prints, your tier 4s, your low numbers, one of ones, your one of 10s. We're talking about the big cards of the big characters. You want to lock those down first. They have a way of attracting the other cards to you. If you chase the base set cards first, it makes it really difficult to chase those higher tiered, lower numbered cards later. Now that you understand that, that is true whether you are a master set collector, an insert collector, a base set collector, and or a sketch collector. You chase those anchor cards. Now with base sets, sometimes all the cards have the same odds. That's not always true. We're going to discuss that advice a little later in the video, so make sure you stay around to the end.
Now, where set collectors have their, set kind of given to them based on a checklist and you go down the ladder, character collectors, not so much. The best thing you could be doing for your collection as a character-focused collector is to really prioritize the biggest cards first. A lot of times when you come into this arena, you might get a little overwhelmed because a lot of big cards are hard to find. So pace yourself, look for the biggest cards possible for your character, see if they're attainable, and move on from there.
All right, now you have your focus. Now you know how to begin assembling your master checklist. Now it's time for advice. And that advice begins with know your set, know your checklist. I mean, know it better than anybody else. That way you know what you're looking at when you see it, and you know when to grab it or maybe when to hold weight on it, okay? Another bit of advice is you need a buddy. You need someone who's also chasing this set, because sometimes they have the duplicate or the double of the card that you need and vice versa, and you work this symbiotic trade machine that helps you build your master set. So make sure you have a buddy who knows the set and collects it as well. And finally, long-term focus. I don't mean like regular focus. I mean hyper focus. The best set collectors I've ever seen, they don't buy other cards. They only buy the cards in their set. All their resources, time, energy, and emotion goes into that set. So if you want to complete a master set of any type of card, whether it's inserts, whether it's a full set, master set, base, and/or sketches, you got to have focus. Now, Norn, that's how set collectors do it. How do character collectors do it?
Character collectors, hear me out. You need to find other character collectors of the same character or even of different characters. So a big strategy of mine is find people who are going to open boxes and cases when a new product's coming out and get into a group and say, okay, I'm going to get this character. You're going to get this one. And you crack a box, crack a case, make it a community thing. That way, nobody's doubling down on the same card. Helps everybody get what they want and brings down your cost point. Small kind of secondary piece of advice, but actually probably the most important piece of advice for character collectors: branding. Make sure people know you are that character collector. Yes, it can be dangerous to be known as the person who's going to collect a card because they actually will come for you. But in my experience, 90% of my collection has been from friends who've seeked me out because I told them I was a surfer collector. It's worth it in the end. And I think it's important for the community also to know, hey, I just got this card. I like to offload it. Who can it go to?
Yeah, it plays on sympathy. And are you telling me that your name's not really Norn Rad?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right, guys, Sketch Card and I hope that this video has really brought focus and really created a place where you can begin to collect your Marvel cards and that they will bring a ton of joy to you. And down below in the description, we're going to have some links to a checklist and sites where you can do some research on these cards. And as always, reach out to us. We're happy to help as much as we can. And look, this hobby's growing and it won't grow without you. And we really appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, we hope you have a marvelous day.